James, we just walked 7 minutes up to Melrose. What are we doing now?
Yeah, so there's one awesome thing about Melrose Market, and I know that you're gonna love it because I know that you love oysters, and we're here at Taylor Shellfish. So let's go try some oysters.
Yes! So you joked that I was the oyster connoisseur, but we're in Taylor Shellfish, and I feel like you know way more about this stuff. So can you explain to me sort of what we're looking at here, what this whole spread is?
Yeah, so Taylor Shellfish, they're known all for their oysters, 5th generation oyster farmers, all from the area.
So this is pretty a unique ecosystem where there's actually a lot of different species of oyster that you can actually get only here in the world, right?
Yeah, all from like the local Puget Sound area. And one thing that's unique about this place is that not only when they farm them, but also to consumption, they take the shells and put them back into the ocean, so then the next generation of oysters will use them.
That's so cool.
You want to try some oysters?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it.
All right.
Well, we have the man, Zach, General Manager of Crab Pot, to tell us a little bit about it.
How we doing? Yeah, so we're the Crab Pot, obviously. We've been here since the 80s, and obviously we're known for our crab. The availability of the seafood that we can get here in Seattle. I mean, we have the location, we have an amazing view right here on the pier, and just, the amount of seafood that we're just about to show you guys.
Oh, I love it. You want to go eat some seafood?
I'm pretty excited about that. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Let's go. Check out all that crab you got on there. You got mussels, clams, shrimp, andouille sausage, corn, potatoes. You have your snow crab, you have your Alaskan Dungeness crab, and you have Alaskan king crab. Price quality can't find anywhere else here.
Awesome.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Enjoy.
Thank you.
Let's crab it up.
Let's do it.
2, 3.
All right, and welcome back to Build Live. You've been watching some great sessions, and we have some awesome segments coming up for you. So I'm joined right now by Chad Fowler, who is the GM of Developer Advocacy at Microsoft, and Tim Huer, who is the Principal Cloud Advocate of the Enterprise, the Enterprise team. Is that what we're calling it?
Sounds about right.
Sounds about right. And we're going to talk a little bit about developer relations and also just some kind of general trends of the cool things that are happening in tech. So, Chad, let me ask you first, what is developer relations at Microsoft today?
Yeah, I like that you put today on the end of it there.
Yeah.
I think industry-wide developer relations is reinventing itself. I like to think that Microsoft is part of leading the charge there. It is our job to help developers be successful, period. And I didn't say with Microsoft products. Our philosophy is to help first and then sell last. That's what we talk about on our team. So it is about making sure developers know what the most valuable things we can do for them are, making it as easy as possible to get started on our platforms, and generally just being helpful.
Help first, sell last.
Help
I like
first,
that.
sell last.
I like that. And Tim, you've been on this team basically since it started, kind of our advocacy team, which is what we're doing with developer relations in Azure.
Yep.
What's kind of your take on how things have kind of evolved over the last couple of years?
Yeah, I've been fortunate enough to see probably maybe like 4 or 5 iterations of developer relations at Microsoft, and I think the main thing that I've seen in kind of a current trend, and again, not just Microsoft, but everywhere, is the focus really on engineering and being really, kind of engineer to engineer, and not necessarily, talking always about reach and maximizing, an audience and those things. And of course, we would love, and we're here at Build, right? We'd love to be able to talk to as many people and share what we know and what we want to have developers be successful. But it is also about, authentic engineering to engineering conversations and content. A lot of what we do is content. And I think one of the misconceptions is about developer relations too is it's just the people that you always see on stage, maybe, or things like that. And for at least at Microsoft, our developer relations team is not just the developer advocate team, which is a big part of it, but also our online content team. So, here at Build, we have a big presence for Microsoft Learn. We consider all of our online content and docs and our learning material, all of that, plus the people behind the advocacy, all encompassing of developer relations.
And I think you're exactly right. I mean, I know like as a user and as somebody searching for developer things, the first thing you do is you go to documentation. You want to see how things are done. And if your documentation isn't good, that leaves a negative experience about what you're going to be using. But if your documentation is really good, it can have like the inverse effect, right? Like, it's like, okay, I'm more interested in checking this out and looking at this than I might have been if it was outdated or not.
Documentation is part of the UX of a product.
Totally.
Right.
That's something that I think none of us in the 90s realized, for example. And when I say none of us, I don't mean Microsoft, because I wasn't here in the 90s, but none of us in the industry really realized. And that's something really delightful about what docs.microsoft.com has done, is it's taken a wonderful user experience and applied it to the docs that we provide.
It's funny that, like we talk a lot about developer experience and the tools, and we were just having a chat about consoles and terminals, right? And that's a big part of the developer experience as well. But as Chad mentions, I always like to think like actually the developer experience starts with a search engine most likely for everybody.
That's
and
true.
that leads you to, because we're all here trying to solve a problem and be like, how do I do?
Yeah, totally.
And then, wait for the auto suggest, right? And it's like, oh yeah, that's what it is. So, you're going to land on some type of piece of content first, most likely before you're actually ready to execute whatever's in your terminal, your IDE, or your script editor or something like that. So it's really important to have that really great front door experience that is a part of a developer experience.
Dead on. So talking more broadly, what are some interesting, I guess, trends that both of you have kind of noticed happening in the tech industry right now? I mean, there are a lot of really cool things happening around. I know Tim's really into blockchain.
Somebody who's going to love that.
I'm going to talk about blockchain, because blockchain, I think we're in this trough of disillusionment. So it's the thing that people like to make fun of now.
Yeah.
And of course,
guilty. Yeah.
Cryptocurrency valuations are down. But this is a good time to learn about it, because there's some really solid, interesting stuff happening. Now, you could say, and I say this a lot of times, it is the world's slowest, most expensive database, and that is true. But if you focus on just the database, like blockchain is basically an encrypted linked list. That's all a blockchain is. Most people don't realize that, if you boil it down, it's a very simple thing. But what it enables is amazing. And so if you look at some of the protocols that are being built on blockchains that are about baking incentives into the protocols of how people interact, that's what I think is really exciting. And if these economic incentives take off, and it actually drives people to build on blockchains, then you will end up with layers and layers of foundational stuff above the database, and it becomes like potentially a distributed, encrypted internet infrastructure, an application infrastructure.
Yeah, I think it's been really hard in conversations. I just got back from a customer meeting where this was a topic that their CTO wanted to talk about. And his comment was pretty insightful to me. He said, as I talked to my board about blockchain, the first comment is, this is a airline training company. And, the first comment their board was, we're not mining Bitcoin. It's just like, it's hard for a lot that to escape Bitcoin. It's hard for blockchain to escape Bitcoin. I think that's the place where we're at, is to be able to really prove out from an...
We have to have another example to be able to...
We have to have a good example. And I think, like, pointing out the foundations of that, this is just like, really core foundations, and people can implement a lot of different solutions on top of them is going to be key to. But yeah, having a clear, a good example that's real, and we actually at Microsoft use it for our trading with our financials with our banking institutions, and we use a blockchain to basically share our transactions and back and forth and stuff. So
that's interesting. What other than blockchain? I mean, obviously AI is a big buzzword, but are there any other things? AI can be included in this that are really exciting you right now, Chad?
Well, I think from a developer perspective, I know we keep talking about AI. What's interesting to me as a developer, if I think back to like when I started my career as a developer 20-something years ago, the issues that I had to deal with, they're so different today, because now you cannot escape dealing with AI. So we can talk about AI as something exciting, of course, from an industry trend perspective, but if I think just from the perspective of a developer now, they are dealing with code that is being essentially written by a computer. We're not really at the point where they're on mass scale, we're literally generating code that, like C# code or Java code and deploying it. But the algorithms that are being trained are code that we're not writing. And so, as we increasingly move toward every problem potentially being a machine learning problem, there is really no escaping it. So I think that's a really interesting trend as a software developer, that you will confront it even if you are not prepared for that, even if you're just a web developer or someone doing front-end mobile apps.
For me, I think like what excites me most is enabling developers to be most productive on these really tough problems. So I'm a tools guy. I love tools. I don't come from a CS background from an educational standpoint. So, I learned from IntelliSense type products and stuff. And I think,
who didn't, right? I mean,
yeah,
like that's honestly those things, which is AI based, in some ways, like that's, yeah.
And so I really look at how, when you look at the more complex things around machine learning or blockchain, like what are the other things that we're doing for developers to help them be productive so they can focus on the business problems they're trying to solve and not all the goop around that. And, so I think, the exciting trend that I see around a lot of things of the tools is exciting. We saw online, Visual Studio today, which is pretty cool.
That's very cool.
The remote debugging in containers in VS Code is pretty interesting as well, where the compute doesn't have to be on your machine. And that's
so last week, the Visual Studio Code team released and previewed some extensions that will let you remotely log into another environment and use your own native editor. So it's like, you can SSH into another machine and do all the stuff on your local thing. And like you said, it means the compute power isn't limited to your laptop, and for things like AI and ML, where you might need really more powerful things. I mean, it's a pretty cool experience.
Right.
It eases, as you're saying, it kind of eases that process, makes it easier for developers to focus on the business challenges rather than having to worry about some of the other stuff.
Yeah, and the levels of abstraction continue to raise over time. That's a recurring theme that will always be the case until we're no longer needed, I suppose. Like Sun in the 90s said the network is the computer.
Yeah.
And now it really is. And that's actually another interesting blockchain reference, but we won't go into that because I think Tim's tired of me making him talk about blockchain.
I think the other thing too that I think is worth pointing out that is an important trend that feels probably now obvious in the date that we live in, but I think open source as a philosophy and everything is a powerful, and I actually see it as one of those tools. It is a powerful tool for developers. And what I mean by that is, when you don't understand something, you can look and see how things are being built. And maybe, it's a learning tool. You can maybe just pull pieces that you want out of it. It's enabling more and more scenarios. One of the things we just talked about before, coming live on here was Windows just open source console terminal, basically. And that enables, again, me as a developer to be productive and be like, okay, well, I'm on Windows. I am a Windows developer, and I use that as my dev box. So now I can use, command terminal, but also a bash terminal, and maybe some other ones that, allow me to do that and do all my funky productivity things with colorization and plugins and extensions that I have with, other conhost type things or something like that. So
yeah, I think another interesting part about the open source piece is, again, bringing it back to AI. With repositories like GitHub, we have a historically unprecedented situation of having like an incomprehensible amount of code available in a single repository of repositories, open source code. So humans can learn from this code, and so can computers. I think that's a really interesting direction that we will take, and there are multiple researchers here and elsewhere that are working on doing some amazing stuff with AI and big code, as they put it.
Yeah, definitely, and I think you're right. Open source. Thank you, Tim, for mentioning that, because I think that is a really important thing. All right. Well, thank you both so much for joining me to talk about what's happening in developer relations. And now let's see what Seth is doing on the floor. Okay.
All right. Looks like I'm back here backstage, and I'm pretty excited because they said I could do whatever I want, so I wanted to show you the stage a little bit. So this is the Microsoft Build Live stage. Do you see that? Everyone back here is pretty excited to be here. Now, the thing about this stage is it takes a long time to build. And now here's the part that's confusing and that people don't know. They don't know I'm going to do this, but I'm actually going to come back here and show you all the wonderful people that work on this stuff, starting with this young lady. This is Golnaz. How you doing, Golnaz?
What are you doing?
Let's give her a hand. A producer here. So tell us what you do, Golnaz.
Oh, well, interesting. I run the Channel 9 Studios, also a Microsoft developer on YouTube. So I help curate all the shows. So if you hate one of our shows, like the AI show, you let me know.
No, you let me know first, because then she'll tell me, right? And then I'll be like, so this is kind of a big production, right?
Oh, yeah. We have about 20 crew behind us all running.
If you want to get a wide shot of this, of people looking at this, I mean, this is it takes a lot of effort to do this. And as we're doing this, you can see there's a ton of screens. I actually see myself on the screen, which is really jarring because, like, I know I was born with this face, but sometimes it's a little... We've had to go all over the world and do this kind of stuff, right?
Yes, we have. We've traveled the world. It's been really fun. We've enjoyed it. That's why we keep doing it.
That's right.
And if they keep letting us do it, so we're having
craziest moment.
Me and him hiking Machu Picchu.
To get good B-roll. It was amazing B-roll. It was in a show we did, and we got it. Not only that, but we played marbles with little kids.
Yes, we did.
All right, second craziest. I'm putting her on the spot here. This is so good.
Right now! This is crazy talk.
So for people to get a sense for how long it takes to do this, how many months of planning does it take?
Oh, we started planning this about 3 months ago. What we're going to put on the stage, which rooms we're going to cut to. So we had a whole V team, Heather and Patty right there. And we've all been emailing, scheduling, rearranging, working with Mighty Media and MS Studios to plan everything and execute. So I say it's a success.
So far, I mean, we've got, what, 2 more days? Things could still go really badly. I mean, I'm on air a little bit, right? All right, so thank you so much. Let's give her a hand. Let's give Golnaz a hand for all the work she does and all the fine people over here. Okay, so now let me tell you a little bit about my process when it comes to when I do these interviews. Did I get another woo? Well, my process is when people come on the air, I usually email them beforehand. I'm like, what do you want me to talk about? People ask me, like, how do you do what you do? And basically, I email them. I ask them, what do you want me to talk about? And I try to come up with a story to ask amazing questions that help showcase a little bit about what they do. The thing that's different this year, if you can take a look here, is that we actually have an audience this year, which is probably one of my favorite bits. So now people can actually talk to me and interact and do a little bit of a clap. So how much more time do we have? They're telling me right now. So the next thing that I really like about Microsoft Build, is I have about 5 minutes, is that it's probably the best developer show that we put on, and all of the new stuff that comes out, we actually talk about at Build. Some of the coolest, like I'll tell you about my very first build was when they released Windows 8. It was amazing. I was pretty excited. I've been to almost every other build since. So if this is your first time at Build or the first time watching Build, all of this content that we put out is going to be available live. Well, it's live now, but it's going to be available after the show is done. And we usually try to get them up about 24 hours. If you want to see over there, that lady right there, dark hair, Caitlin, she is the one. She is the one that will cut the videos and put them up. It's pretty good. And let me tell you, if you've ever seen like these things in my ear, the person talking to me is that gentleman right there. Steve, right there. Steve, he's turned around. There he is. Give us a wave, my friend. I love it. So there he is. Steve, thank you for all the work and for saying nice things in my ear. Awesome. All right. All right. So just to finish up, I have about 4 more minutes. Let me tell you a little bit about what I do at Microsoft, because you saw a little bit of the cloud advocacy group up there. I also happen to be a cloud advocate. There's a couple of them right here. You can see them, like right over here. All of these. What we do is we help developers be successful in the cloud with Azure. My particular job, because I don't really get to talk about what I do very much, I help developers be successful with AI in the cloud. And so because I have a couple of minutes, I'm going to tell you all about AI. You might be tired of hearing about AI as a developer, but I'll tell you that as a developer, you should really think about using AI, because it's just like programming. When it comes to compiling, you know how you compile your code into machine stuff? What you can do with AI is basically you can compile your data into algorithms, and then those algorithms can actually be used. All right, so how are we doing? 3 more minutes. So the best way to get started, as you saw with Amy, basically all you need to do to start is use cognitive services. Once you use cognitive services and you're able to do that, you can actually use custom cognitive services like computer vision, custom vision. You can also use something like Lewis, language understanding and intelligence service. And finally, once you've used those things, you can use Azure Machine Learning Service to build your own AI models. Now, I have a lot of videos out there that show you how to get started with Azure AI. I'm excited about that. The thing I'm excited about most is some of the new stuff that is coming out today, like being able to fill your forms, being able to do ML ops in the cloud for AI, and that's, I think, the most exciting part for me. Okay. So now, you're probably thinking, where can I go to start with all of this stuff? Where can I go to learn more about what's put out on Channel 9 and also the Microsoft Build Live show? If you want to submit questions and you want to participate, you can go to aka.ms/Microsoft Build Live, I think is the right thing. And if you want to learn more about what's happening, you can go to channel9.msdn.com. Or if you want to learn about more stuff, you can go to Microsoft.com/learn. There's a ton of available resources for you to use. And anytime you want to do something new, you just got to reach out to one of the cloud advocates, and we're happy to help you. We have cloud advocates that cover almost every scenario that you can think of. And if we can't, let us know, and we'll be able to do it. Okay, so wow, they're giving me a lot of time here to talk about stuff. Oh, 1 minute. So in the last 60 seconds, again, go to Microsoft.com/learn, or if you want to learn more about what we do, you go to docs.microsoft.com, or you can search for the Azure Advocates. There's a ton of us all around the world, and if you're watching somewhere else, there's probably an advocate near you. I want you to make sure to talk to them. All right, so I think I'm almost out of time. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for this good crew that's doing all amazing stuff. We have a ton of content available now and forward all the way through Wednesday. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you after the break.